Okay, this is Angela with Creatively Done. It's February the 2nd. It's freezing in Florida, and I'm going to try to do a piece of plywood that I'm going to make into a shelf for my desk. It's been a while since I've done this. I've mixed up my paints. Can't really see them here, but here it is. It's black, Mars black, metallic antique copper, Sax white, Sax gold, a little bit of, I'm going to try using the cups that I've split, but I'm just going to pour it on to make it look like granite. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to make sure I save enough black paint. So I'm going to put it in my cup, my split cup that we made. They're not fancy, but they do have a handle, and that's real important for me because I can't hold it otherwise. So I'm going to put the black in the center. You know, I stop and I think too much about this stuff, and then I don't want to do it. So just do that. I'm going to do the black. I'm going to do the copper, and I've got a mess here, so let me get a paper towel. And like I said, I haven't done this in a while, but I'm going to start doing more and more of this. So in the split cup, I'm going to put the black, the bronze, and it's kind of cold, so I'm not sure how this is going to work, but hey, you got to live, right? You got to go with the flow, and hopefully it'll flow. So I've mixed these, and as you can see, they all look like about syrup. And I've got this in my split cup, if you can see it. I'm going to set that aside, and hopefully not get my gorgeous cape all covered in paint. And then I'm going to take some white in this one, and hopefully this will work. This will probably work better than it did before. So I'm going to put the white in the middle of this cup, and I'm going to put my bronze, because that's what this one is, bronze, and it's a mixture of 1 part paint, 1 part Floetrol, and some GAC to keep it from going crazy. And again, it's been a while since I've done this, guys, but hey, it's like riding a bike, right? Only when it's freezing cold in Florida, you really don't want to be outside riding a bike. However, that being said, I've got my paints ready to go. I just need to figure out what other color I want to put on here. And I'm going to show you one of my canvases that I did, if I don't wreck it, that I've done with this same colorations. And that's what I'm trying to reconstruct. So I guess I'll use the silver. So this is going to be a weird cup, but I've got my silver mixed also with, oh, that one's kind of messed up. So I've got silver. Oh, that's kind of clumpy. Boy, it is cold. And you know, in Florida, when we say it's cold, anything under 50 degrees is cold here, guys. And believe me, it's under 50 degrees. It's not under 50 degrees in my studio. I'm going to take these and I'm going to set these to the side. So now I've got 2 split cups with copper, black, and gold. And then I've got bronze, white, and silver. I'm going to set those aside, and hopefully, let me see if I could put it over here so I don't dip my hands in it. And then I'm going to cover this with black, and I'm going to use my OXO spatula. Hopefully I can get under this so I don't have to stand over it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this, and like I said, I haven't done this for a while, and hey, it's just paint. But see, now that's about all the black that I have mixed. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to spread it out. Let's see if I can get some more of it out. Yep, I can. That'll make everything else flow a little better. Hopefully it's not too cold. But And it's getting late tonight, so I'm waiting for my better half to come over here, but he's taking care of the animals in the house and I'm getting to play. And we cut this piece of plywood to fit into an IKEA desk. And as you can see, I'm going to have to stand up here and try to scrape off some of this so I can get it all the way across the whole. Kind of like, boy, this is thick. So I'm going to try to do this. Can you see my sleeves? I can't wait to see my sleeves covered in paint. I hope this stays on, but I don't want to get up and walk around. I want to do this from a sitting position, so it's a little harder sometimes. I don't know how most people do this, but I saw a bubble. Oh, that's what I forgot. Oh, no, I've got it right here. I got my torch so I can pop any bubbles. I'll set that somewhere where I won't set the place on fire. Let me get this spread out as quickly as I can. Get this out of the way and rotate it. I just have this lifted up on some plastic bowls so it's not right on the table. And hopefully this isn't too thick because it doesn't look like anything's gonna move, but we'll see. We shall see. Okay, so there's my base coat. If you can still see what I'm doing, and it looks like you can. And if my phone doesn't fall in the thing, see, I was gonna do this and not do a recording, and then I said no. I always say whether you're a freshman or a senior, record what you're doing so you know what you did or didn't do right or wrong. And I also have this snazzy little thing that's made of silicone to make some little squiggles. So we're going to set this right here and hopefully, oh, I wouldn't need these paints anyway. Okay, so now I've got my cups of paint and I am going to, this is a brand new way of doing this. It's not how I did it before, but I'm going to pray that it works. And what I'm going to do is try to do a stream. And as it comes out, kind of like a vein would be in granite. Oh, this is working fantastically. And stop right there. I'll put another piece of the vein here. And then I have the colors where I want them, even a smaller vein. Silver's a tough one, but can you see the colors coming out of the cup? And what it's doing is it's not blending the colors, it's just putting them across. So I'm going to set this down, hopefully not knock it over. That's the worst thing about working with a bunch of colors is you don't want it to blend too much. So now I'm going to go past where I was. And since I have black, you could see the colors. I'm just trying to make a vein like it would be in a piece of granite. And in granite, a lot of times what you'll see is colors repeat themselves, but hopefully I have enough paint to cover all the way over so I have that vein that almost looks like we're making candy here. But this is going to be fantastic. Love the colors. This is my favorite blend of colors. And now what comes next is I'm just going to randomly put a little bit of drizzle so that the colors are there. You can see we still have some in the cup. But now what I'm going to do, normally I would have used my knife and I would pull it through, but I'm going to try this first and I'll try it on the end and see what happens. So it makes, oh, this looks good. Okay, now I'm going to go maybe wipe it off a little bit so I don't get things too muddy. Take this through and keep going. It's going to be a little messier than I want it to be. If I don't get my sweater in it, I'll be real happy. What I did the last time when I did it on canvas was I took my knife, the omelet spatula, and I went through it. So what I'm going to do is make some fine lines with this, and then I'm going to take the bigger spatula and I'm going to go over it a little bit more. It looks busy, but boy, I'll tell you, this does a really nice job of making a lot of color look deliberate. And I get real quiet when I like what I'm seeing. So what I'm going to do here is set this down. I'll set it down over here. And rather than tilt it, because that would just run the paint off, I'm going to have to stand up for it. And I'm liking it already, and hopefully I won't get my shirt in it. So let me drag that up. And now all I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the paint a little bit through. A lot of thick paint, a lot of good color. Let me get some of this over here, just put it on the end. I always leave my paints on my table and then I don't have anywhere place to work. I'm doing this on a thing from a dog's crate. It's clean, I've never used it on the puppies. And as you can see, when I pull this through, it is making, well, this is going to be a little grayer than I might have wanted, but it'll be fine. It'll be fine. And now I'm just going to tilt it back and forth a little bit. And this is where I'm going to get my sweater and everything else. It's chilly in here today, guys. So hopefully you can still see this. And this is heavy, so I can't really, no, that is not going to move. So if it's going to be done with anything, it's going to be done with the knife, which is fine. Which is fine with me. This is for my desk. And the colors are going to be fantastic. They're my favorite colors. May not be yours, but they are mine. I'll try to bring some of it around the edge here. And then I'm going to see if I can coax some of the paint off the side. Remember, this is going to be inside of a desk. But let me put this down again and see if I can. There's no abrupt stops. Perfect. Just kind of what I want. This is what I wanted. A random, no, if I have any stuff in my, and I do. Get some of the air out, bubbles. And I'm not cooking it, I'm just trying to stay above the piece of wood and see if I can. This is not going to tilt at all. The paints are too cold, but I'm going to give it a try. Let me turn this off so I don't set myself on fire. It would not be good. And I'm going to just try to tilt it and see if the paint, you might not see it. The paint's moving just a little bit, not much, but it'll give that softer finish to it. And actually a little bit of texture. Oh, that looks fantastic. And this is one where when I do this kind of a finish, I don't want to do too much to it because what ends up looking, it just looks like a weird, kind of a painting. And I want it to look like rock that has been formed by the earth. And if you like this kind of a style, what I recommend is that you not use too many colors, but you use colors that you like. So if you see too much color on there, it's not going to bother you because they're colors that you like. And then you can drag your item through like I'm doing here so that you get that lighter finish through that white or the silver or the bronze or whatever it is. And since it's cold, I'm not sure how well this is going to dry. And I don't think it'll crack because I have gack in it, but you never know. So I'm not going to mess with this too much. Like I said, when I mess with these too much and it's a color like this, it's a little grayer than I wanted. And what I could do is drizzle some more black over top. But since I don't have a lot of black left, if I dip in here and I just drizzle a little to make a darker indication, like a vein would be through granite, instead of it looking so silver. A lot of paint, but like I said, it'll dry. If it's Florida and tomorrow, even though it'll be cool, all I have to do is put it outside in the sun. It won't be too cold in the sun. It's pretty warm in here. I should look at the temperature. You guys will probably think I'm crazy when I say it's cold in here. However, let me see what the temperature is. It is 65 degrees in here. That's about 20 degrees cooler than we're used to. And even this paint that I have, that looks fantastic. And the stuff that I'm kind of oozing off here, just to get that, because I like, the rest of the desk is black. So that's why I'm trying to get something that has a more of a black tone through. And it will settle in. And as you can see, I'm really just being a little bit messier than I want to be. But this is, the beauty of this is that it could be a fine tip or it could be a bright tip, and any other colors that I pull off are just going to enhance. I'm not wasting this paint, but like this bronze, we'll put a little bit of bronze through here. And this is where it's not really pouring, and I really wish I would have been able to have the paint move on its own, but I didn't want to do that. I'm going to take a little bit of lighter here. I'm not too crazy about all the gray. I do love gray, but I want to have all the colors. Maybe take it up. And as you do a piece like this, you're going to find out that if it's something you like, and this is for me, this is not for sale, but this is for me. And again, I'm going to torch it. This is for me. So the more, oh, this is fantastic. Very abstract, very ancient looking to me. Next time I'll use more black, but my black was a little too thick on the bottom. That's why you're not seeing it. And that's it. That's a wrap. When you do acrylic pouring, old, young, new, whatever, just give it a try. Always record what you're doing. Tell yourself what you did. Make notes or whatever. And then you have something to look back on. Whether you have 46 followers, which is all I have, or 200,000 followers like the masters that I watch every day, it's important because one of these days I'll have 250,000 followers, and these beginning ones that I did will be something we could look back on. So let's call this a wrap. This is Angela with Creatively Done. Now you go out there and get something creatively done too. Have a good day. See you soon.